to step up, and it probably means that things are going back to a pretty even field.
Yeah, well, so you know, I'm putting the Magpies today. I think they can get the job done. Once Charlton throws it up again, we'll hover it around.
Tell you what, if they win by 20, we'll have to swallow them after the last time we saw them with 1 goal only.
Yes, well.
So that's one to forget, not like today.
Yeah, they can't again. Going to be a little clearance for the Magpies. Can't get a clearing away. It's going to be that man, Lockie Evans, comes into Loxton, can't get it forward. Going to see plenty of this today, Nobby. Yep. Up and under. Well, good stuff. The Magpies go towards centre half forward. Oh, with a high tackle, it's going to be a free kick for Loxton player there in Bob Black.
Quick switch out to the half-back flank over on the club room side, and the ball moves up to centre wing for Loxton.
He puts it long up towards centre wing. Player there. I think I see it on. Have a look who that guy is. We're at 2 number 30s at the moment, but Loxton retainer handle. Back towards Dick. He's got the long sleeve jerseys on. He's putting long sleeves on today, but
2 number 30s, you see a chance of picking up the umpires vote, couldn't you?
I might be wrong there, but
I'll have a look, mate. You keep with it, the playoff second.
It's going to be good at half back. Just chips it forward, gets a lead. It's his Loxton teammate out on centre wing. That's young Campbell. Campbell picks up. Looks at half forward. Short chipping game. Got with Talon Eagle, left foot. Waikerie intercepted half back. They pummel it forward again quickly. Oh, good lead out there. Well done. Big catch too by the big player out there in.
Waikerie move it on quickly to centre half forward. Millard's moved out of the way. Waikerie getting an easy ball here forward. But Loxton seem to be clearing it well. That's half back flank.
Yeah, the match up there of Bates and Mapp essentially. Going to be a kick from Bates. Down the field, free kick to Loxton.
Yeah, today's umpires, Charlton, Florence and Lincoln in charge of proceedings here, you know.
The best of the business. The 5-room Riverland football from McDonald's in Redmark. Going at the Waikerie Oval. Beautiful sunny Waikerie Oval today. Lockie Evans, half back for Loxton. Looks up. Just kicks long down the line. Going to have Fisher and Eagle there. Testing. Well done by Geem at the back. Playing half back this year. Christian Geem on the right foot. Kicks up. Beautiful kick. Finds Richie Hahn. Handballs over towards Moon. Moon for the Magpies now in board. Got an overlap. Good work over there. Over to Krieger. He'll play on. Bacon goal square. First goal. Will it bounce? Yes, it does.
Yep, and that's a goal for Krieger. And Waikerie looked like they had about three more players in Loxton. They're all running free through the centre wing and into the forward line.
Yeah, good chain of positions here for the Magpies. Turns it over. Really love Richie Hahn as a footballer. Led up at the ball. Took it a half forward.
Back from West Adelaide?
Back from Weston. Yes. This morning. Forces the flyers.
Yep.
His technical difficulties on the ball.
We've got the. I think we're going fine, but we've got technical lookings on the streaming guide.
So Waikerie in the first goal. You've got a feel about it, Nobby. They feel up and about.
First goal on the Bitmax surface and the hardest work as to different professional scoreboards. These scoreboard sponsors, they don't. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. That would be
all the hard work is in the competition. Nice sit up for Waikerie. Wins the tap down. Loxton in the midfield trying to get through good. He goes towards Romeo. Couldn't take the ball over to Lockie Bradley. But he intercepted by the Mr. Waikerie himself there, and Stephen Brawns. He kicks down towards Hahn again. Had a couple of early touches. Goes back in board. Get out of my way. Drops it. Umpire's going to say holding it.
He's a bit tough on him there, Trav. He's making his presence felt across. tell you, he would be very happy with the Loxton. I noticed Salmon and Romeo, it's hard to tell apart, but Romeo with the long sleeves,
Yep.
makes it a bit easier.
Waikerie Magpies two straight goals, 12 points. Loxton one behind, no real wind advantage, I don't think. Going to be back in the middle. Sinot for Waikerie up against Fisher. Fisher will get the tap. Comes down, they try and win the ball for Ikasalki, but Waikerie again, he started well too. Jared B comes across, looking for his teammate at centre half forward, but the Loxton boys get back in numbers. Lockie Bradley again, another possession, lights it up over towards Harley Campbell at centre half forward.
Nice mark from the young fella.
Yeah, looks like Lockie Nitschke is standing him today. Comes back aboard to Johnny Fisher. Bit of run and overlap, gets it to Romeo. Romeo gets tackled. Too high, and then Loxton get the free kick and they play on quickly through Fisher. Fisher out towards Talon Eagle, centre half forward, out of side near the scoreboard.
Hey, both those guys you mentioned in Harley Campbell and Nitschke, both prominent in the young charge of reckoning, I reckon. Good to see them matched up on each other. Would you say Loxton a little bit rattled at the moment?
Oh, I
by
think,
Waikere's quick ball movement?
Yeah, no, I don't know if they've expected them to come out like that and played a lot of corridor footy here, the Magpies. I know last time we saw Waikerie play, they had at Renmark, they played boundary side all game.
Yeah, and you can't give Renmark the corridor, can you? They want it anyway. If you're going to give it to them, they'll more than take it.
Yep, so it's going to be a kick for Loxton. They go inside first time. It's going to be a mark inside 50 for Loxton.
Gucci, I reckon, Trav.
Gucci's going forward.
Yeah. Gee, he works forward. He works pretty much in front from this half-back line through, doesn't he?
Well, interested on the match-up with him today. I know there's a bit of talk in the car park earlier. They're going to tag the young fella.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think I'd be... Two straight goals, 12.
Yeah, there you go. So, good start to the game. Let's hope it's a high-scoring game. Continues.
Yeah, well, it looks like that. I mean, there's not too much emphasis on defence, and no one's pushed people behind the ball.
The last game I did with Winnell, there was only Taylor's 6 kick for the whole game. So,
Waikerie have doubled their goal kicking since we saw them last. Then they haven't had to bring Venning out of fullback to do it.
So back in the middle, Sinot for Waikerie. He's had a lion-hearted job this year, alone in the ruck. Understand they've got a ruckman to come back in the next couple of weeks, which is going to bolster them.
Gee, you'll need all sides will need two ruckmen to go up against the Rovers. Yeah. We saw Haynes and Gartery dominant last week.
Fisher wins the tap for Loxton, comes to just to the feet. B again for Waikerie wins it. It's going to be a quick forward from Moon. Kicks the hot spot. Matt Spenceley's there. Oh, he drops what he probably should have taken in the end, and now it's going to be a ball up.
Gee, he was back on that like a seagull on a chip, wasn't he, against the two Loxton players, and held it up, ready for the ball up.
Yeah, interesting. Had the two guys on him then, so... Yeah.
Ball up on the Waikerie half-forward line.
Ball up there. It's going to be Burgermeister over to Spenceley. Gets tackled hard. Might have caught one in the back. Play on's a call.
Gee, they went at him pretty vigorously there, didn't they? I think he's going to know he's got opposition today. I don't think they're going to let him loose.
They go again. Burgermeister goes up against the big Fisher. This is what really does bore me, Nobby. Yeah, 3 or 4 ball-ups in a row.
Jake Spenceley with that one, but they were on him pretty quickly.
Will they pull a free kick out in the next one? Up they go again. Fisher wins the tap. Over towards Evans. Ground level picked up by Moon for Waikerie. Goes out towards Jake Spenceley. That's got to be in the back. Yep.
You're right. 3 ball-ups and it's a free kick.
So Jake Spenceley, 60 out, plays on quickly. Now he's in trouble. Well done by Campbell. Carousey has to go back towards B. How many touches for B already? He's had a lot of the footy. Goes up towards centre half forward. It's going to be Shea Lange. No left foot there. Shea has to kick on the check side right. Goes back towards Jared B for the Magpie. That's out of bounds from Loxton. Don't try and talk the umpire into that.
He has.
He has talked into it.
Hang on. Umpire Linky.
It's a Waikerie free kick.
Umpire Linky's come in to adjudicate. He's gone for the throw-in.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible option.
Yeah, that is. I think the boundary umpire got that wrong, so better off throwing it in than giving it a
Jesse will kick it out of bounds and claim the free kick himself. That's interesting stuff. Well done by Lockie Bradley. Another touch. Comes up towards his teammate there in Hoffman. That's Jasper Hoffman. son of the great legendary shed builder Peter.
Yep, who's here, I think, isn't he, today? He might come up for a look.
He'll be here. They go again. Hoffman again for Loxton, goes in. Well done by Will. Gets the clearance up towards half forward. Guillaume takes front spot in front of Talon Eagle. Gets it over to Stephen Braun.
Good contest by Gucci there, chopping out the ball. And actually, good contest by Eagle. He was up 1 against 2 there.
I'm just wondering if both teams have got a spare behind the ball in, Nobby. You
think
might be able to have a
they've
look at
done
that. Yeah.
Dylan Millard on his own, the coach on his own there.
And Guillaume.
And Guillaume at the other end.
So we'll keep an eye on that as the day goes forward. It's a bit of the old toss of the coin thing there. Quite often the team that has the best loose man.
Yep. And the problem with the Loxton coach, he tends to want to handball more than kick, where Guillaume's the other way around.
Well, keep an eye on that. Waikerie get the go through Smythe, gets the ball out towards Moon. Picked up from Will for Loxton. That's holding the ball.
Yeah, took
Magpies.
One too many.
Sean Smythe, the ex-Waikerie under-18s, captain from a few years ago. It's a beautiful left foot kick. He'll sum it up nicely. Or kicks into the man on the mark. Talk a bloke up, and that's what happens. Back to B. B goes back to Smythe. Handballs over. It's a kick forward. Moon at ground level. Well, Harley Campbell in and out of traffic. Couldn't get the handball. Tim Bevan. Good to see Timmy back.
Look at the Waikerie.
Oh, they're everywhere. They're lining up over to Jake Spenceley. He'll get the handball over to his brother Matt. And Matt says, that's up to the backyard at home. I'll just kick another one.
That's the second one for Matthew Spenceley. And that was a fairly easy one as well, Travis.
So, the spare man there, Nobby. Are Loxton getting a bit mixed up?
I think they are. Their problem is they're not manning the runners out of the half-forward line or the centre. And they're in a bit of trouble.
Player in front of us here, number 7 for Waikerie, Jared B.
Yep, getting a lot of it.
Oh.
And they're running in numbers.
And he's standing a very good wingman at the moment.
Yep. I think they can smell an opportunity here today. And the Bitmac servicing scoreboard now has Waikerie 3-0-18 to Loxton 1-1-7.
So 25, Richard Mitchell comes on for Loxton.
Yeah, this would be, he's gone back behind the ball onto Spencer. He doesn't look like he'll have the wheels to keep up with him, Travis.
Shay Lange, a bit of an injury came now. We'll get our boundary rider to check that out for us. It's going to be Lockie Evans for Loxton. Plays for the free kick and gets it.
They're falling down across half forward with Gaiman circling on his own down there, aren't they?
The free man's certainly benefiting Waikerie at the moment.
Yep.
Lockie Evans kicks out towards the leading player out here. Big fella for Loxton, Jasper Hoffman. Good size.
Yeah, he is, and he's got some wheels. He was very good with the ball. That'd be a good duel there between those two players.
In the game I saw a few weeks ago, Loxton very relying on Luke Harder across half forward. Not there today.
Nice hit out from Fisher to Will, but to Gucci, but Gucci unable to pick it up cleanly.
It's going to be Mitch Harder half back.
Gee whiz, he's had an impact this first quarter, hasn't he?
Yeah, obviously first emergency for West Adelaide Reserves today. Gets the game at Waikerie. Kicks it forward towards Jake Spenceley. Mitchell gets tackled. Jake wants it back. Lockie Evans drops. Yeah, that's a fray. It's a good umpiring decision, that.
It was.
Had control of it and let it go. And that man, Jared B, again. He's just lighting this wing up here. Good to watch. Overcooks the kick.
I think Evans thought he hadn't actually gained control of it in possession, but it didn't look like that from here. I thought umpire Linky made a good call in that one.
Loving that matchup already for the Magpies.
Yep.
We've seen Lockie Evans destroy clubs off his wing. At the moment, B on top. Loxton win it back. It's going to be Lockie Bradley. Just handballs. Probably should have kicked it. Again, Hoffman tries to fight hard at ground level. Well done by Smythe for the Magpies. Tries to win it back in traffic. Goes back to Hoffman. Hoffman gets tackled.
Yep.
Holding the ball.
The umpires have been quite clear on that and a little bit of chat. So 25 metres.
Oh, that'll be 50.
Don't think the umpires saw it. It sort of looked like he ran into the turnbuckle, didn't it? He's a wrestling term.
Just for the listeners. And another one. Yeah, has to keep out of the... what do they call that in the AFL?
The exclusion zone,
the exclusion zone.
Protected area.
Protected area.
Yep.
So they probably need to pull Hoffman off now and just cool him down.
Gee, they are rattled, the Tigers at the moment. They'll be...
Big game for the Magpies. They've talked it up. They're playing for second spot on the ladder. They want to remind the Riverland there's still a legitimate chance. In he comes, locking Nitschke from centre half forward. Nice long kick. It's going to fade late. It's going to be a minor score over.
Yeah. Left it out right. He's a good young charger, that young fella. He played really well when we saw him up in Renmark. Even when they got towed up, he was still very good.
Got a kick in from Dylan Millard for Loxton. Kicks the outer side. It's going to be out of free kick to Waikerie. It's untouched out of bounds. And it goes to that man, Jared B. So 70 out from the town end goals.
He's got Evans well under control, hasn't he, on that wing?
He has. B kicks along towards full centre forward. Hahn flies on the ground level. Spenceley picks it up. That's Matthew. Flying shot on goal. Last touch rule might come in. He works hard to get back to it as Matt Spenceley.
Yeah.
And again they go, the Tigers. They get the clearing kick now. Comes out and finds Will Gucci to half back. Gucci gets it over to Evans. Evans goes back in board. Finds his teammate there in Bobolak. Bobolak on the right foot, turns it over. Shocking kick. And Smythe just takes the ball there. Nobby.
Smythe is well on top there at half-back. As are all the Waikerie half-backs, Steve, and getting a lot of drive off it. And this bloke here...
He's a specimen.
Yeah, he's getting a fair bit of it too, in half-forward.
Man, is Jacob Grieger, of course. It's not Jacob.
No.
It's Jack.
Jack Grieger. He's normally see him a bit further up the ground on the half-back line, but they don't need him there today, and they're using him through half-forward.
Clearance won by Moon at half-forward for the Magpies. Ball's touch, so now it's in dispute. Mitchell for Loxton comes in. He's going to be the first one there. Can't panic. Gets tackled, drops it. Gets a little hand with a Gucci. He's gone. That's holding the ball. Gee, the Magpies are tackling hard.
They are, and there's 2 or 3 of them around the ball all the time putting the pressure on, and Loxton look like they were alone. Every time someone gets near the ball, they're a lone hand and not running in numbers at all, not helping out their teammates. Whereas Waikerie, they can smell this already so early in the day.
So Jack Burgermeister.
Look, distance won't be a problem for him. 30 out? 45 degree angle?
Yeah, 35 out, 45 degree angle.
Yeah.
Good kick of the footy. Saw his younger brother dominate a game of under-18s earlier today, Nobby. He's someone to keep an eye on.
Think he might find his way into the ones before the season's out?
Well, you never know. I'm hearing stories. A lot of players to come back down here at Magpie Land. As Burgermeister comes in, just kicks it wide. Players will fly in the goal square or behind the point post. Touch through for a minor score.
Rushed. Well, that surprised me. Maybe Waikerie are heading against the breeze. It's a bit hard to tell down this way, isn't it?
5RM Riverland football, Nobby, for McDonald's in Renmark. Get up there and have an Australiano coffee tonight.
Yeah, the time running out in this quarter on the Nippies clock, I would say they're down to probably the last 5 minutes.
3-1 to 1-1.
20 minutes gone, nearly.
Good to see. Loxton just needs some control of the footy. Out of side, goes out towards the young player in there. Haven't called in much today.
I'm not sure how many options they got left, really. Without a couple of their key players, and particularly Harder, they really haven't got much up forward at the moment.
And the defence looks disorganised without Jack Evans there for mine. It's very good against Berry in the second half defensively.
Gucci a lone hand on ball, and every time he gets near it, you're right, someone's right on him. If not 1, 2 Magpies.
So free kick to Loxton out of side. Long way out there. It's Big Pont, I think. Goes towards Gucci. Gucci on the right foot, kicks towards St Arthur. Eagle presents well. Had his arms chopped. That'll be a free kick. Talon Eagle.
Big left
Big
footer.
centre half forward. Looks inboard. Has a spare man there in Romeo. This is a guy that could turn the game for Loxton. Yep. Romeo kicks inside. Gets the lead out there. Players will fly. Venning will come in. He'll do that all day. Good defending by Big Beaver. Loxton at ground level, right beneath the scoreboard. Ball will go out of bounds.
Look better for the Tigers. They got someone front and square at that pack and got an opportunity to hold the ball in their 50 and not let Waikerie rebound it out.
Yeah, it's funny, this game of football. You know, I heard you and Lockie talking this morning about Waikerie struggling to score today, maybe.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it looks like Loxton are going to find it hard to find an avenue to goal.
Well, Matt Spenceley's always a danger in the forward lines, and when you give him a couple of easy shots like he's had so far for the 2 goals he's kicked, who knows? He's going to end up with...
Look at the space down there.
Yeah, 5 or 6 by the end of the day if he keeps going like that.
Underneath the scoreboard again, Loxton and Waikerie fighting it out at the Waikerie Footy Oval. The premier oval, the Riverland, in my opinion,
It's the biggest oval, I think, Travis. I think on grassed area it might be the biggest one. But there's a fair bit outside the white line too.
Of course, they're playing for the District Council Loxton Waikerie Cup today.
Well, don't leave Loxton North out of the equation, although you can this year, I think.
keep up some scores. Have heard that Loxton North have lost the B grade today.
Oh, there's a turn up.
So Berry with the win there. I know B grade competition, very, very interesting. Loxton reload now. It's going to be Millard. Kicks inside.
Nice kick.
Young Harley Campbell comes out. Beautiful lead, beautiful delivery, good defensive work by the Magpies though. Oh, Bevan, welcome back.
Yep.
Out they come again.
Here he is again, Grieger.
Big Grieger by himself. Romeo will chase. Grieger on the right foot. Comes up. Oh, good lead there by Big Miller. Couldn't take it. Gets that Grieger again. Works past. Missed the handball. Smythe. No, it's Burgermeister comes in.
Miller made nothing but Romeo his target there. He's a bit disappointed with putting down that easy mark.
Romeo, they've turned it. Oh, no.
Didn't have to do that. They had the Tigers outnumbered. Gee whiz, that was a pretty risky call to centre half back.
He's kicked it. He's kicked the ball across the ground to a 2v1. Yeah. The two obviously being Waikerie and Jonty Bates looks a little bit hurt there.
He could hardly kick it.
Comes out to Smith. Smith's going to turn it over. Lockie Evans is going to come in to help a hand. Well done, Lockie. Goes back to Bates. Bates goes back to Evans. Evans on the right foot. Kicks towards centre half forward.
Contest they need.
Bradley comes out. Couldn't take the mark. Dropped what he should have taken. Well done, Nitschke. Lockie Nitschke for Waikerie. Take a bow.
Both those players having a little bit of effect, the young fellas, aren't they? Nitschke not letting him get out of his grasp, but very good start by Lachlan Bradley today, Travis.
President Les Lange out there on the ground to get his player off. Few injuries. All part of the game. They go forward quickly.
Gucci, nice mark on half forward. Centres it.
Good kick.
The Eagle.
Oh, good work by the Waikerie defender there.
Gee, I'm not sure if he had his eye on the ball, Travis, but anyway.
Ben Smith, I tell you what, that's a corky and a half coming out.
Yeah, it was.
They're going to minus score. So 25 minutes on.
And Bates taken from the ground with walking very gingerly and limping, and things not looking good there.
It's interesting, Nobby. Waikerie runner coming out, just telling the boys to slow it down there. So not much time left in the quarter.
25 minutes gone on actual game time.
They go out there wide. Spencer kicks it over towards the big fella Grieger out there. Loxton with the 2-on-1 winner from Millard. Back to Romeo. Ross Romeo in the long sleeves. Kicks back towards centre half forward. Good kick. Hits a target.
Will fitness become an issue here today?
Oh, possibly. Both teams with a couple of early niggles too by the looks of it. But Johnny Fisher chips in board. Good work from Tim Bevan. That's why you win Willis medals.
Yeah, you can't show him that much of the ball, can you?
Don't underestimate his inclusion back into this team.
It's only his second game back. It'll take him a while to get back to his best, but even at 70%, he's still better than most, isn't he?
Looked like they just locked him down to a half-back flank.
Yep.
Over to Jake Spencer. He has his head taken off. Doesn't get a free kick. Brother Matt comes in. He wins the footy. Get out of my way. Goes to the spare man on the outer side. And Smith out there. Kicks in towards Big Grieger.
Gee whiz, he's had a presence at half forward.
As indeed comes in. Finds Moon. This is the next kick. Can they hit the money ball up? Beautiful. Couldn't take the mark B. It's centre half forward. Gets the out of the tackle. Anyway, now there's a player out the back. 1-on-1.
I would say saved by the siren too. B shrugged off 3 Tigers there and to get clear at half forward and drive that forward. Hey, pretty entertaining first quarter. You'd think with the scoreboard, Bitmac servicing scoreboard, Waikerie 3 goals 2-20 to Loxton 1 goal 2-8. You'd think the Tigers might have dodged a bullet there. It'd only be down 2 goals at quarter time after all the play Waikerie had.
Well, very lucky the siren went there. 1-on-1. And who was the one for Waikerie? It was Spencer himself in the goal square. So
Waikerie be very happy with that first quarter effort, the way they attacked the ball, the way they ran in numbers, and the way that they tried to drive it down the middle. They had Loxton under so much pressure, one-on-one around the ball, that they coughed up a couple of, you'd say, bad errors across half-back. Lucky not to get hurt a little bit more, Travis.
Yeah, 3-2-20 to 1-2-8. Quarter time. We're going back to Trev.
Yeah, Trev might have some scores for us. Hopefully he's tuned in. For those... You are, Trev? Okay. quarter. And Travis, so far, no real MTE SA Mark of the Day contenders. It's all been pretty good. And as for the goal today for the Pruna Store and Brownsville Tavern, they've been walk-ins for Waikerie. So we really haven't had too much excitement there, but hopefully it'll pick up a bit in this quarter.
For mine,
yep.
What sort of response do you get from Loxton?
Oh, they've got to have a go. You can't sit back and try and hang on because Waikerie will just peg you off. You know.
To me, some of their matchups in defence, Nobby, don't look.
No,
they just don't look right, you know.
See, Salmon's got his hands full with Mitch Hahn.
Kasolki on Spenceley's an interesting one for mine, but we'll keep an eye on that. Back they go in the middle. It's going to be Sinot for Waikerie. Wins the tap. Picked up from Will from Loxton. Overlaps towards John Fisher. Oh God, I don't know how to explain that kick. Goes towards centre half forward. Picked up there by Bradley, holding the ball.
They're not giving the ball first either, are they?
No, it's young Smith, Benny Smith for the Waikerie Magpies. Looks straight down, gets the lead from Burgermeister at centre half forward. He's played a good game of footy. Goes long, bit of a one-on-one up there. Miller comes flying out. Good defensive work from Smith.
Almost.
Miller goes over to Spenceley. Spenceley just a little kick forward. Loxton. They've done well.
Got their outlet
ball they've had down there, and they've got Evans on the outer side.
Look at the Waikerie players streaming to that space ahead of the Tigers.
It's going to be Evans. Just chips it back in play. Finds Bobolak. Henry Bobolak, the rugged defender at centre, right at full back.
Really no one obvious to go to, so he drives it hard down the defensive side down the line to Fisher. Now this is better.
Fisher standing moon, takes the mark, comes back in board. Young Campbell as it just kicks forward. Comes towards centre half forward. Sinot for the Magpies wins it.
Gee, they got numbers back again.
Hoisler just chips across. Finds his teammate there in Nitschke. Young Lockie Nitschke.
He's sort of getting the better of that duel with Campbell, do you think?
Played a full game of under 18s today too, I think Nobby. So
definitely one of our young chargers.
Over to Tim Bevan. Tim Bevan kicks it down.
He said B again. There's your man B.
Gee, B. Bevan and B. They're all happening with the Bigs down here at Waikerie. Kicks long towards centre half forward. Good catch.
Now that is an MTE SA Mark of the Day contender.
Young Mitch Hahn, Waikerie Junior in the West Adelaide program.
I'd be thinking that maybe the Breeze is favouring the Riverland by those couple of big kicks that have gone forward.
And all the junior footy I've coached, Nobby, through 15s and 18s footy, this guy is the best football of that age.
Yep.
Well, apart from Jesse Facro that I've seen. Talented young bloke. And here comes Mitchy Hahn from 50. Good kick of the football. It's going to land. It's going to go. That's a goal.
Likes it.
That's a goal to Mitch Hahn.
Gee whiz, you've almost got to say that's for its distance and the play that came before it. That is the Pruna Store and Brownsville Tavern goal of the day.
He's taken the mark of the day in the same play.
And that's how you like to see it, don't you? When someone takes a really good mark, you like to see them finish their work. So going to
how he's not playing for West Adelaide today has got me beat.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, Waikerie pretty happy he's not. But in saying that, should they get live in the finals, you never know.
Yes, very obviously coming back from a bit of an injury too. Interrupted pre-season in town.
So the Bitmac servicing scoreboard shows Waikerie 4 goals 2-26 to Loxton 1-2-8, and starting to become a bit of a challenge for Loxton.
5RM football for McDonald's in Renmark. Hope you're enjoying the call at home, or if you're watching it live on TV. Is it YouTube, Nobby?
Yeah, it is.
That's where they watch it?
It's on the. It's being streamed live with our lovely comments, Travis. So, you know.
There you go. Over to Jesse Will. Needs to get involved in the game.
Tigers just got no system around the ball, have they?
I think it's time for the coach to put himself in the middle. Throw himself in there for 5 or 10.
Well, here we go. 25-metre penalty for Will. Takes him to the 50-metre line. Drives it in.
Kicks it in, just puts it out in front of Talon Eagle. He's going to run around the left foot.
Footer.
They know that. The Magpies are crowling back to the boundary line. Comes down. Fisher goes towards Campbell. Marley Campbell.
Gee, pretty low percentage kick. It was going to be a pretty tough shot there on the boundary line, deep in the forward pocket, wasn't it? They need to take it back into the middle to the hot spot.
I reckon he's going to set a big unit down in the goal square, Loxton, just to straighten them up a little bit. But Waikerie win the tap, goes out towards Jake Spenceley. Loxton one holding the ball. They win the ball back anyway. It's going to be Fisher, right foot, kicks up, the spare man. The spare man is killing Loxton at the moment.
Fisher's getting possessions, but doing absolutely nothing with him. And almost like he's got a 9-iron on there, just chipping it high, giving Waikerie the loose man time to get under the ball.
Interesting with your thoughts on the spare man for both teams, Nobby. Because at the moment for mine, very much Waikere's way. Millard comes in for Loxton, gets tackled by Burgermeister. Spenceley comes in, Fisher tries to get through, gets gang tackled, balling it up.
I'm sort of wondering whether Millard's 100% fit. He doesn't seem to be moving much with the ball. Maybe just trying to... So he is the loose man for the Tigers.
Yeah, you're the Waikerie coach. You're taking that at the moment?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't reckon they've kicked it to him loose, to the loose man yet. They've worked
and you
around
watch
him.
the other end, Tim Bevan just gets in front of Eagle as the second man there, makes life very hard.
What's not helping it for the Tigers is that they're under pressure around the middle. Not getting clean possession or loose possession around the middle. Gucci's the only one having a real dip, and now Will on the ball's having a bit of a go.
His teammates calling from the middle of the ground. He says, no, we're going boundary side. He does that. Gets the front and square there. Jesse Will, good kick. Eagle by himself should mark. And does.
Now
and 50.
He should get a bit of, 2 hands in the middle of the back as you mark it. Whew.
Oh, he's lucky not to give the free kick to the goal square there. So Talon Eagle for a left footer will be about 35 out on the boundary line.
He's on the right side for a left footer, if that makes any sense.
The pocket once known at the Waikerie Oval as the Murray Rasciudio pocket. Nobby?
Looks a bit like the Bermuda Triangle to me, Travis. I don't think there'd be too many goals from down that corner, would there? But if anyone's going to do it, it's the left footer, Will. No, he didn't even have a go. Yes, he did. That's a point.
That was a anti-climax.
Yeah. Almost looked like he was caught between having a shot and centering it, wouldn't it?
The Ladies' Day tent over there today, Nobby.
And it's full. A lot of tinsel, a lot of finery on in there.
Tinsel?
Yeah. See the tinsel hanging around?
Christmas time.
Yeah. Or bling. Perhaps we'll just call it bling, will we?
Waikerie win the ball out towards centre wing.
Fisher's starting to have a little bit of an impact around the ball.
And he gets to repeat inside 50s the Tigers, but he's falling down again, obviously.
Everywhere. This time it's Geeman.
Geeman for Waikerie, just beautiful use of the ball. Hits his teammate Lace out. Alex Lean. It's a good raps about Alex in the crowd earlier.
Geeman gets it back.
Just goes backwards again, has Lockie Nitschke out there, he'll mop it up. Chips down,
That's a
beautiful
nice kick.
Finds Moon in centre wing. He's got players everywhere in the middle, out towards Smith. Benny Smith, he can look up. He's got Tim Bevan all by himself. Oh, just drops what he should have taken, but gets a handball over the top towards the big fella Grieger there, but Loxton get back in numbers. Johnny Fisher.
Do you get the feeling that Timmy Bevan's playing himself into form?
I think so. I think he looks short of a gallop, but quality footballer. It'll be Lockie forward. Lockie Bradley comes up towards Big Eagle at centre half forward, presenting well.
He's given him something, but he's a long way away from the goals, a long way away from the middle of the ground.
He's the man up forward today with Big Luke Harder sitting at home watching on the big screen, Nobby.
Yep.
As Gucci gets it and kicks it and turns over for Waikerie, and Heusler, the boy from Morgan, wins it back. He opens it up, a big kick out there. It's going to be Hahn. Hahn can go up. Can he pick it up and go to the races? He picks it up, gets in and out of traffic, gives a handball to Matt Spenceley. Spenceley goes backwards. Try the party trick. There you go, Jake. Jake gets it, goes out towards Big Grieger. He'll play on. He'll cross the plate at 50 and he'll kick long, but behind the stick for a point.
Gee whiz, that would have been a contender for the Baruna Storm Brownsville Tavern goal of the day had he run through that one through, but just hitting it to the left-hand side.
So Waikerie now go to 4-3-26.
Spenceley had that many options, he was a bit confused as to what to do with it, so he went back to his brother.
How was the kick backwards? Like he's got eyes on the back of his head.
Yeah, once again, the loose man of Loxton not even getting involved in that play. They went around him and over him. Whereas he at the Waikerie end, the loose man was very, very constructive in that rebound.
What Loxton have done okay at the start of this quarter is just got their hands on the football, just trying to turn it slowly.
Here we go.
Now they get the ball back. It's going to end up with Ross Romeo. Romeo come down looking for Big Will. Jukes extended, couldn't take the mark.
He's lifted, hadn't he, Will?
Yeah, oh, good work there by the Waikerie defender. Get out of my way. Moon gets it back to Smith. Smith will go over to Matt Spenceley. Watch out, something weird will happen here. Goes back to Braun.
Oh,
Braun
lining up for it in the middle of the ground.
He looks up, goes out of side. Guess who's out there? It's going to be Grieger again. Grieger out the back. He's just got to pick it up and he'll run into the open goal. He can't pick it up, Nobby. He's getting a tackle and now he falls over. Hamels, Dylan Millard. He racks it up for Loxton.
Gee whiz, they got out of jail there because he couldn't pick it up.
How much space is he finding, Grieger? Workhorse, Loxton get it back.
Yeah, this is where they're going to move the ball quickly and precisely.
Geez, good little player, young Campbell.
Yep. Had to come a long way up the ground, though. Here we go. Salmon on the wing.
Luke Salmon.
What they do with this next kick that's important to go around that Waikerie loose man, isn't it?
You see the Waikerie ruckman getting back there. They're all going to be back there. Venning would jump. It's going to be at the back. It's going to
there
be
he is,
up.
Geeman again.
Yeah, Tristan Guillaume just kicks the ball over. Jake Spencer's going to get it. There's no one even for Loxton standing him. Look at this, untouched circle work at training stuff here, Lobby.
Yeah, any amount of them running through.
Now they come. It's going to be kicking by Moon. Lead out. Good done by Smith. Couldn't take the mark. Defended well. Now they're a chance at ground level though. Waikerie out of side. Grieger gets the handle over the back. Oh, they're going to rack another one up. Here they go to Mitchie Hahn, is he?
Yep.
And Mitchie Hahn kicks another one.
His second goal of the day, and they're looking very, very dangerous. Second goal of the quarter, actually, for Mitch Hahn.
Mitch Hahn says, I listened to 5RM Sports Saturday this morning and I heard someone write us off.
And on the Vitmac servicing scoreboard, that takes Waikerie to 5 goals, 3. Actually, we were in front of the scoreboard, not quite caught up. 5 goals, 3 to Loxton, 1 goal, 3. So a 4-goal break there to the Pies. And look, if you haven't hit the panic button yet, Dylan Millard, now's the time.
That lady starting to warm her vocals up.
Look, and Eagle's done all he can at half forward to try and give him something, but he's had to run pretty wide. It's time for Pont to stick up the Dukes, I reckon, at centre half forward, although in saying that, he's not getting much opportunities thrown his way.
Could you roll the dice? Could you play a big Fisher at centre half forward and put a smaller ruckman in? Yeah,
well, the Magpies ruckman's, he's not a giant, is he?
He's not a huge ruckman.
No.
Something to think about.
And he's fairly mobile in it too.
Fisher loses the tap this time. Waikerie another clearance. Will comes in. Jesse Will, the captain of the Loxton team. Where's Zdanovic? Can he ruck?
Well,
Can he play centre half forward?
Well, he could, I reckon.
Get him on. Jake Spencer wins another clearance. It just gets through traffic. It's like a training run. Kicks up towards full forward. Waikerie, no numbers. Loxton go back.
Shepherd, the Tiger player, ran off him but didn't offer any protection for him.
Good kick from Smith. Finds his captain coach out there in Millard with a long sleeve Guernsey. He's got a few problems at the moment, Millard.
Nice kick.
Kicks out towards young Campbell out there. Couldn't take the mark. Gets pushed off the ball. Waikerie come in hard. Umpire going to throw it back up.
Gee, pound for pound, he's got a bit of grunt in him, Campbell, hasn't he? He held that in against the numbers.
I think he's first year under 18, isn't he? 16? Yeah.
Yep.
So good effort. High, their best players at the moment. But Waikerie won't be denied. So 5-3 to 1-3. 4 goals.
Yeah, although in saying that, Travis, there's not too many in that best player list for the Tigers.
Mitchell for the Loxton tries to poke it off. Picked up by Jake Spenceley. He's brought his own football. I don't know if it was Jake. No, it was Mitch Hahn again.
To Matt Spenceley.
Mitch kicks it out the mat.
I'm guessing he'll have a shot at goal. He's only 35 out.
Turns his back on his teammates. Yeah. Saw him play a game at Loxton North earlier in the year, Nobby, and he kicked goals from spots that no one kicks goals from. So he just kicks along to the top of the goal square.
Fisher?
Waikerie claimed the mark. That's when he picked. That's going to be a snap goal anyway.
Now that is the Carina Storm Brownsville Tavern goal of the day to Jack Burgermeister, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, Jack Burgermeister's kicked the goal. That's the coach killer, isn't it?
It is.
But you can't punch it through. It stays in play. And at the moment, I
don't know what you do, Travis. I think you pretty much move all the deck chairs around.
I want to talk to you about the game we saw at Renmark, because going through the files, yes, they kicked 1 goal that game. They kept Renmark to 83 points. Renmark's sense of cricket scored.
Yeah, maybe it was bad form.
Exactly right. That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
So
it's a different scenario though, because they're allowed a lot more space here by the Tigers, and Renmark locking them down. They're locking every side down.
Young Campbell going into the middle now for a run. So a bit of faith for the 16-year-old. Waikerie. Oh, well done, boy.
Look, I think the move here is send Fisher all the way to the square, bring Pont into ruck, and bring Eagle up to centre half forward.
Yeah,
that's right.
Just try it.
I mean, Fisher's winning the hit out, but they're getting beaten around the footy after he gets his hand
They're getting
on it.
smashed, aren't they?
Yeah, in the contest.
Second contest. Maybe some of these Loxton midfielders need to get their hands dirty, Nobby.
Oh, he's one trying his best.
He's trying his guts out. Well done by Gucci. Over to Romeo. Up to Eagle. Just got pushed under the ball by Braun. That's good defending by the Waikerie veteran. That's a good tackle, though. It's going to be holding the ball. So good play.
Second effort by Talon Eagle was excellent there. So I'm saying him up at half forward where he is now. That's where I'm using him.
Umpire Florence sets the mark. So he's going to be kicking from outside 50.
And Luke Pont's into the square. I think he's worth a run on the ball, Luke Pont.
Let's get him into the game.
Yep.
So it's going to be big Talon Eagle. I wonder if Talon could play in the guts.
Here
big
we go.
Boy, good kick, hits the easy target,
Will.
finds Jesse Will, 40 out straight in front.
Important kick at goal, this one for them, for Tigers. 5 goals down, definitely need this to stay in touch and at least catch their breath, I think. Keep it up the forward line for a little bit longer and you've got a chance of your defenders catching their breath.
In he comes, Jesse Will, a kick from 45. Oh, he's had to run around to make the distance. And that'll make the kick just go wide.
1 point the result.
We're talking about Loxton's players that are missing today. Nobby?
Yep, we got
your man Schmicker.
Yep, Brody Hill.
Hasn't he a loss in this back line?
He is, and you know why he's a loss? Because of the percentage that he uses. He runs at about 90% efficiency, if not higher. And they're missing that today.
Tim Bevan got his own footy. Warning signs for the competition if that man can find some form. Gets it out. Now they can run. A bit of overlap. It's going to be Waikerie again towards centre half forward. Picked off there. Picked up by Moon. Ball in transit. Mitchell for Loxton tries to win it. Dropped it again. Don't panic, Mitchell, they're saying. Loxton in the contest are holding up. Well done. Waikerie finally get a clearance through Hahn. Up towards centre half forward. Jake Spenceley gets the get out of my way. Gets his hand all over to his brother Matt. Matt on the look. There's by himself in the goal square. He's just got to mark it. He does.
Craig Miller.
And the Craig Miller band says thank you very much.
Hey, a couple of score updates from around the grounds, Travis, and we have first quarter at quarter time. Renmark, it's a Lakeside. Renmark 2-2-14 to Barmer Monash 1-1-7.
Yeah.
So Barmer taking it to the league leaders there, and at the Berry Oval, 5RM football for McDonald's Renmark, we have Berry 3-1-19 to Loxton North 2-4-16. So a close game there by the Panthers at the moment.
Can Loxton North break that 1,000-day hoodoo?
Well, they had more shots at goal.
Yes.
That doesn't necessarily mean you win the game, though, does it?
No, it doesn't. Back in the middle. Waikerie 7-3 now. Loxton 1-4. Oh, well done by Gucci. Wins the clearance to Will. Goes backwards. Finds his teammate there in Bradley, isn't it? No, it's Bobolak. Comes out again, back to Will. Needs to get involved. Doing well now. Kicks towards Romeo. But Heusler. Heusler for the Magpies wins at centre wing. Comes in board to Jake Spenceley. Jake just brought his own football over towards the big man there in Grieger. Grieger will kick in. He wants the player on the goal square to lead at him. It's going to be the big fella again, Big Miller. Oh, Spenceley comes in. That's Matt. Tries to soccer. Well done from Loxton. They win the ball back now. Comes out. Kasulki flies.
There's a contender for the MTESA mark of the day, and that is it at the moment.
And haven't called his name much at all, Nobby.
No.
So good first possession there, but Waikerie win it back through a bad disposal. Players will fly at centre half forward.
Yeah,
and Matt Spenceley just
pretty
too classy.
Ambitious and sloppy kick there.
Loxton going to win it at ground level. Gucci. He's playing Waikerie by himself at the moment. Over Bevan intercepts it to Guillaume. Guillaume will kick inside. Moon, is it out there?
It's a bump ball. It's going to be a ball up just in front of him for McDonald's Renmark 5RM Riverland football, and they've got the new Australiano made with the best ever McCafe coffee blend. If you're looking for a coffee there, blended with chai and native wattle seed. Sounds a bit healthy for us, Trav.
And what about the Bittermax surfacing though, Nobby?
The scoreboard, 7 goals, 3 Waikerie to Loxton 1-4. You've got to be thinking if that keeps tilting the Magpies' way, which here we go, Jake Spenceley with a free kick from that ball up.
You know when Waikerie are confident, you look at the ground now and they're just pressed completely up.
Yep, Spenceley, 30 metres out, 35 out, 45-degree angle. Spenceley, Jake, that is.
And here comes Jake Spenceley. He leans back on it, didn't like it off the boot. It'll be a minor score only.
Through the points. Yep.
So 7-4 plays 1-4. Just joined us. You're listening to 5RM Riverland football from McDonald's in Renmark.
What do you do with this kick out? Long as you can. Play on.
Well, he plays on, gets a bit of extra ground.
Eagle, the target.
Millard will kick. It's going to be Kasalki. Waikerie just repeat entries inside 50. Loxton going to get a free kick now, though.
In the back to Gucci at half-back flank for Loxton Tigers. Gee, there's a fair amount of people between him and the goals, isn't there? Waikerie press back.
Just get under that. Just kicks it up, makes a contest. Loxton will fight.
Handball nearly to the ruckman, the flat-footed ruckman. You can't blame him, but he wasn't going to burst out of that pack. It's a ball up between half-back and the centre wing for Loxton.
Up they go again. Fisher will win the tap. Waikerie will win the clearance. Good work. Well done there by the Waikerie player in Cooper Makarov. Wins the tap.
Gee, they got runners everywhere here again.
Goes across, finds his teammate there in Dylan Gollan.
Oh, what a kick.
Gollan will kick in board and he'll find big Craig Miller. And look at Grieger. He'll just, every time they win the ball, he just goes to the races. He's going to end up with another one. And I watched him, Nobby. He ran from 60. He knew what was going to happen. He got ahead of the football and he's kicked another goal.
He's not only kicking goals for the Pies, he's also creating a lot of opportunities through the half-forward line. Well, really in front of centre, full stop. Miller having a rest up forward's become quite involved in the forward sorties as well, not having to go on the ruck.
Yeah, no, having a chat pre-game downstairs with some Waikerie people, Nobby, telling me that your man, Jack Greg, would be very high up in their club best and fairest this year.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Along with Guillaume.
Yep.
So, geez, a workhorse.
Yep.
Oh.
He's a bit of a utility for him too. Last time we saw him, he was working off half-back, centre-half-back and the like. Today, he's centre-half forward.
The match-up's just not right. They need the quickest, biggest defender on him. Again, back in the centre. Loxton need to find a goal before half-time.
Do you know why he's so dominant? Because Bobolax had to come up and stand him at centre-half-back because Millard's playing off a half-back flank instead of being at centre-half-back himself.
So Will for Loxton just chips across, finds Romeo, plenty of space. Now he can run, gets towards attacking 50, kicks wide though, and Talon Eagle's not going to be your man to go out and get the ball out there.
Waikerie were happy to give Tigers that run through the half-forward flank and get all their players back behind the ball in the middle.
So last touch out of bounds rule, free kick to Steve Braun for the Magpies, goes up towards his captain in Heusler.
Here we are into time on the Nippies clock, farm-grown, family-made. It's always time for a Nippies.
Loxton win the ball back. It's going to be Kasalki. Finds Johnny Fisher at centre-half forward. Needs to move the ball a bit quicker. Looks inboard, has Evans, misses the target, 20-metre kick. And that's just not good enough at A-grade level, Nobby.
Ooh.
And Loxton...
Umpire playing the duck into the tackle. It got him high, but the umpire's saying he ducked into it. That's Heusler, I reckon. And we see Lachlan Evans about to take a shot at goal from 35 metres out. Almost directly in front.
Right, so at 8-1, highly paid contract footballer needs to go back and kick his club a goal here, Nobby.
Would you be saying this is a well-needed goal?
He just has to go back and kick it.
He's a left footer, isn't he?
No, I don't think he is. No. It's going to be Evans, number 4 on the back with the right foot. He gets too close to the man on the mark and he's lucky to score.
Gee, that sort of says it all, doesn't it?
Oh.
I was just thinking it's time for Nippies, but I'm not sure if it's time for another Loxton goal.
You know, yes, Loxton have got a few players missing today, Nobby. But those players missing don't affect the way your club goes for the football. They're not even in the game at the moment.
Look at the runners coming through the centre. After Braun took that nice strong mark, he had 3 options running past.
Makarov for Waikerie goes towards centre-half forward. Oh, Big Miller fighting well. Picked up from Matt Spenceley. Shows the candy on the right foot. Goes up. It's going to be a mark to Loxton, is it? No. Well done by Burgermeister.
Nice work by Kasolki getting hold of the ball.
Few chain of handballs. Bradley just kicks it out of bounds on the fall. There you go, Waikerie. Line up again and have another go.
How'd you beep in?
Kicked it to Jared B. You'll just go again out towards the big fella, big beaver venting out there.
He's come up. He's getting a bit cold down there.
He's getting a bit cold over to Guillaume. This is like Waikerie of old at the moment. Just get the switch, head on the outer side, good disposal.
You're right. It's a bit like a training run for him across half back there.
Kicks in board. The last kick inside 50 lets him down. So 25 minutes gone, 8:4:52.
Nippy's, Riverland's very own farm-grown family made. It's always time for a Nippy's clock. Would say not too much left in this quarter, but maybe time for another Waikerie goal.
5-round football for McDonald's Renmark. It's going to be picked up. Quick snap from goal. Minor score only. I don't want to be too hard on Loxton because, yes, they have some players missing today, Nobby, but I think the point I was trying to make is people missing, it still doesn't affect the way you approach the game.
Well, it's opportunity for those that come in.
Some of the effort just isn't there at the moment.
Here's one guy stood up in this quarter, Jesse Will, the captain. He has done everything he can. Oh,
I can hear people at home listening now going, yes, you're just having a crack at Loxton. I'm not trying to. They've had a good season. They're there and thereabouts. They need to fight. They need to show us something.
Half-time siren, and here we are on the Bitmax surfacing scoreboard. Waikerie 8-5-53 to Loxton 1-4-10, and you've got to be thinking that's going to be too big a margin to wind up.
I'm just looking at the body language of both teams here. Waikerie up and about. Loxton hands on hips.
Just quickly through the goal kickers, Trav, we've got Mitch Hahn with multiple goal kickers. We've got Mitch Hahn with 2, Matthew Spencer with 2, Jack Grieger with 2, and Jack Burgermeister with 1. The sole goal kicker for Loxton Tigers is Will Gucci.
I've actually got Jack down with 2.
Have you? Jack Burgermeister.
Oh, sorry. No.
Jack Grieger's got 2.
Burgermeister 1. Sorry.
There's a couple of Jacks there. So, but hey, when you start looking through the better players, I mean, for Waikerie it's almost all played well, but Mitch Hahn's had his moments, played well. Both the Spenceley boys have been all over it. And, of course, Jack Grieger's been, you'd say, the most positive forward on the ground for either team.
Boysler, Guillaume, the list goes.
Bevan.
Tim Bevan, Moon.
Yeah, and you've got to look at Pillion in the ruck's done a job too, hasn't he? And even Miller in that quarter started getting his hands on it. For Loxton, the story's a little bit harder, I think. Ross Romeo's done his bit. Harley Campbell's been all over it for a young fella. William Gucci, probably the best. Will, a great second quarter, tried to lead from the front. And then you start sort of dropping off a bit. Maybe Talon Eagles had his moments up forward, and Lachlan Bradley was good early, but probably not using the ball as well as he should.
Yeah, no, so just the 1 goal to Will Gucci.
What do you do if you're the coach? Get the magnet board out and start moving them around?
Look, I might be old school. I would be ripping into them because the effort just isn't there.
I think what you've got to do is
I could count probably 6 of Waikere's goals that have been from 5, 6, 7 uncontested possessions in a row.
And walk-in goals.
Yeah.
It's I think what you do is you go back and you say, right, everyone's got a man up. We're playing man to man.
Yep.
Let's have a break and think about it. I think Trev's ready for us back in the studio. Back on here at the Waikerie Oval. First ball up, Fisher getting his hand to it. The ball coming out of the middle by Will. Trav, no changes to the lineup from what I can notice. It's almost a bit more of the same.
No changes, and Waikerie going to win it through Geezer. Guillaume gets it out towards his teammate there, and Jared B. had a good game. Starts the quarter towards this big man again.
Hasn't he given him an avenue to goal?
He's the Popeye of Waikerie, that guy. He's strong as an ox.
Paid the mark, which meant that Guillaume couldn't play on. Once it's a mark, it's got to go back. I think he was thinking maybe it's chopped arms and it was a free kick and he could play the advantage, but that wasn't the case. You'd say Bobolak's got his hands full there with Big Grieger. Grieger, wouldn't you?
So Jack Grieger, just strong as an ox, kicks short down the line, gets a lead from Mr. Waikerie there in Stephen Braun.
You'd think Waikerie are just going to play this at their own pace for the second half, aren't they? 7 goals up.
Braun will kick it in. They've got a yellow footy out there, which is interesting, Nobby.
Yeah, Fish didn't look like he was going for that. He was looking at someone else to come in. I'd say that's the issue with Loxton. They seem to be very uncoordinated and not playing together at all, are they?
Centre half forward. Fisher goes the tap. Picked up by Moon for Waikerie. Just snaps inside 50. Mitch Hahn will come out. It's going to be Salmon. Gets the ball for Loxton over to Millard. Gets better play. Get their hands on the footy, but the suppose will come undone, and Waikerie will force the ball up.
They're not getting that clean possession of their extra man in defence to run up forward and rebound it. It's really going nowhere.
They go again. It's going to be Fisher. They need to find a way. It's going to be Evans. Evans for Loxton. Just kicks up towards Eagle. Good use of the body, but out the back the spare man is Bevan. Waikerie will win it back through Smythe. Smythe goes towards Matt Spenceley. It's the centre of the ground.
Handball back into traffic.
It's going to be Hoffman for Loxton. Braun for Waikerie. Just get out of my way. Throw it back up.
Loxton got to take a chance here, don't you? 7 goals down. You just hurry it forward as best you can and as far as you can.
Roll the dice. We just can't find a way to go at the moment. Need to win some footy in tight. Again, umpire throws it up.
See Sinnott behind the ball here in the loose in defence.
Yeah, it makes it hard for Luke Ponk when you've got to stand 2 guys like that.
Yeah, 2 tall guys because Miller's in on ruck, so they've thrown Sinnott back behind the ball.
Durwood on there from Will gets tackled. Bit of a sling tackle. No free kick. Got to throw it up again.
They're almost conceding the tap to Fisher, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like Jack Burgermeister going up with him now. Well, he's really just an extra ruck rover more than the ruckman, isn't he? And he wins that one anyway.
Gets the tap. Well done by Heusler for Waikerie. Gets tackled by Romeo. And another ball up. Not a lot of midfielders getting proactive at the stoppage though, Nobby.
I think sometimes you've got to run away from it to get it.
Yeah. Up they go. Fisher will get the tap down. Now he finds a bit of space. Evans will charge through. Couldn't pick the ball up. Just get a clearance, someone. Please.
You know, Waikerie are that confident. I think one go in for the ball and the rest are peeling. Whereas Loxton, they got 2 or 3 trying to get their hands on it. When they do get it, there's no one to give it to.
Bobolak just goes back as a free man for Loxton. It's going to be Evans.
Do you know the strange part about that though is with that free man behind the ball, the Waikerie forward, in this case Alex Lean standing he's the 1-on-2. They're beating the other 2 most times.
Yeah. It's going to be this man Spencer who will get the clearance. Gets tackled. That's going to be a throw and a free kick to Loxton.
Straight on with it. Go wide. No, Fisher's covered now. They're not moving.
Now he's going to go wide. The umpire's blown a whistle. He's reversed it here, isn't he? I reckon he's...
Bit of confusion.
No, he's saying it should be to Gucci, the free kick. So it must have been a free kick after the initial kick.
Which is 10 yards closer to the Waikerie goal. Where's the advantage in that?
Now it's going to be Will, just pumps at the centre forward. Fisher's gone forward. Maybe the coach heard the call. Picked up from Campbell. Flying shot on goal. Ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll be a Waikerie free kick.
Gee whiz, if that was heading towards the Waikerie and you'd see that big Jack Grieger, 22, just thundering onto that loose ball, wouldn't you? Whereas Loxton, not enough people pushing forward.
Big Fisher just took himself to the dangerous spot. Yeah, we see President Lange just coming off the ground. Describe his body language there, Nobby.
Well, I don't think he's thinking today's their day. Nice intercept mark there from the Tiger, Luke Zanovich. Here he is, Trav, out on, going to have a shot at goal. Debut game today, we're thinking probably his first goal. Maybe if he can steer it through. He's a fair way out though. Be all of 40 metres out.
So Luke Zanovich. It's going to be a hard shot.
Got the green slippers on.
Good kick of the footy. Just puts it in the hot spot. Players will fly. It's going to be touched out of bounds. So boundary throw in. 9-5 Waikerie, 1-5 Loxton. You're listening to 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's in Renmark.
Bitback scoreboard a bit static at the moment.
Going to be Jake Spencer to win the clearance for Waikerie. Comes out of the fence, kicks to B. Jukes extended, takes the mark at centre half back.
He's had a lot of it, hasn't he?
He's had plenty of it. Comes out wide. Good lead. Burgermeister couldn't take the ball. Nitschke comes in, but well done by Salmon for Loxton. Needs to get the ball out towards Adanovich. Couldn't take it. Picked up there from Will. Comes back. Well done by Salmon. Gets tackled. Waikerie just relentless pressure here, Nobby.
It is.
Good stuff.
Bustling the ball forward.
Spenceley picks it
Lean
up.
has it.
Big Alex Lean comes in. Jake Spenceley says, it's my ball. Has his head taken off. His player streaming for him. He just an up and under mongrel kick. Richard Mitchell comes out. Gets the hand. Just panicked there, Mitchell. But well done for Loxton.
That's Campbell.
Harley Campbell goes to composure. Finds Will in centre wing.
Not many options for Will, so he goes down the line to Eagle.
Just couldn't take the mark. Eagle says, Bevan out the way. Bevan's free kick. Eagle gets one from Smythe. Smythe gives one back to Eagle.
That's Smith for the Y. He's all over him, isn't he?
Couple of boys having a go at each other, but Tim Bevan will win the footy. Comes straight towards Mr. Waikerie there, Stephen Braun. Braun to Burgermeister, to Grieger. Comes back to that man, Moon. Moon for Waikerie. Takes free on. Get out of my way. Loxton one holding the ball. Umpire says I'll throw it up.
Grieger was looking for the 1-2 there. I think he could have gone the 1-1 and just kept running with it.
So the big Waikerie player there, and Alex Lean. It's going to go up against Fisher. So Lean having a bit of a go in the ruck. Fisher will go. Lean wins the tap. Gucci gets it to Will for Loxton.
Up and under. On.
Going to be Jasper Hoffman. Hoffman back towards Gucci. Gucci will just pump it to centre half forward. Eagle get under that. Duke's extended. Well done. Good front and square there from young Campbell. Gets it over to Zadanovich. The under 18s combine here. Good stuff for Loxton. Over to Hoffman. Has to go back board. Picked up from Campbell. Chips in board. Turns it over.
There's Geeman again.
Tristan Guillem out of side. We'll just get the switch over to that man Venning.
Look at him run.
Venning's got Smith all the way out there on the back pocket. We'll just open up for him now. Just watch Grieger work here, Nobby. Look, he'll go to the races. He's going to end up with the ball, but the kick lets him down. Taken by Kasolki.
He's done all the hard work.
The tennis player from Marook kicks in. He turns it over, and Jared B will just release that man, Guillem. Guillem comes up, out towards Big Leany in the middle of the ground. Gets it over back to Guillem on the 1-2. Player out there all alone is Mitch Hahn. He'll play on. Turns Mitchell inside out. God, that's class. Kicks inside.
Nice
beautiful kick. Dropped what he should have taken, Miller. And now Loxton are a chance on the other side.
Yep, and here we go. Salmon again. 2-on-1 Waikerie, 3-on-1 Waikerie around him. Gee, lucky to get away with that. That will be a ball up on the 40 metres out from the Waikerie goal. Ball in the air. Big hit out by Jack Burgermeister towards the Waikerie goal.
Mitch Hahn will come in. He'll hover around the goals. He's a rugged young player.
He didn't want a ball up. He wanted the ball.
He gets up a bit ginger. Umpire about to throw it back up. Forward pocket for the Waikerie Magpies out there. Young Mooney comes in, gets tackled. It's going to be a free kick to Loxton. And the crowd out there giving the umpire a bit of a bronze cheer.
Yeah, they don't want to give him anything, do they?
Lockie Evans just chips in dangerously, finds Kyle Smith. He's got the teammate further afield there.
Now there's another player who could be thrown.
Second of July 2022. Mark the day down in your diary. It's the day Waikerie is staking their claim.
Yep.
And Jake Spenceley, behind his club's best players. Loxton get the out of defensive 50 towards Hoffman. Smythe just straight lines the footy. Get out of my way. Gets caught holding the ball.
Nice tackle by Kasolki there, taking a man down, probably giving away 10 kilos and 6 inches, but wrestled him to the ground.
Yeah, good on. Finds Hoffman. It's Jasper Hoffman for Loxton. Goes it over to Evans.
Oh, look at this, in trouble.
They're trying to get the switch kick on. Finds Miller. Now they can run Loxton. They got Campbell all by, it's Salmon all by himself. He's going to get to 50.
Take a bounce.
He looks up. He kicks to the hot spot. Pont will deliver. Couldn't take the mark. Waikerie at ground level, win it back.
That was the 2-on-1.
And gee, they're saying, where's Luke Harder today? We need him up forward. They're going to just go coast to coast now, the Magpies. Ends up with that man, Hahn. He's got Jake Spenceley. 3 touches. They've gone from defensive goal square
How
to
does he
50.
get that much space?
He goes to the top of the goal square. Miller will fly, couldn't take it. Moon will represent the Magpies at ground level, but picked up from Loxton. And Will gets it out to that man there at Evans. It's a bit of circle work going on here at the moment.
Just hanging on, aren't they?
Kicks him board, finds Bobolak. Back to Evans. Evans with a bit of run this quarter, looking a lot better. He got a spare man out here. Fisher, going to play it on quickly, and he does. Salmon again. Bit of run from halfback. Good stuff, young fella. Off the rodeo.
Back, Salmon. Get
the
it
young
back.
bloke's goodbye. Oh, he's just, I don't know even how to describe it. I just saw then.
I reckon he had an airy. Put it this way, it didn't make it to the ladies' tee, whatever it was.
And like all good footballers do, when you muck up, you walk off with a bit of a limp, Nobby, just to say to the coach, sorry about that, I'm a bit sore. It looks so good off half-back for the Tigers then.
Look, Salmon's given him a bit of run on that far side wing. He's just not quite challenging him enough. I think he could take a bounce or two out there. He's got plenty of pace. They are at least looking for the switch, aren't they?
To Loxton's credit here, they've played 12 minutes, no score has been added. So it's a bit of a nil draw here, 8-5 to 1-5, 5RM footy.
Nothing on the Bitmax scoreboard at the moment, Bitmax servicing scoreboard. Here we go.
Grieger with another kick out wide. Now they can link up through Jake Spenceley. Spenceley will go out towards Salmon and Moon at half forward. Moon gets the jukes on, but well done, young Salmon. Good composure, wins the footy back.
He's had a purple patch the last 5 minutes.
He's done well. Now they've got a bit of overlap, the Tigers.
Carry it up, take a bounce.
Kasolki looks in board. Beautiful kick. Finds that man Evans. Evans crosses the ground.
3-on-1, Tigers way there. Handball it over.
I think it's Gucci. He's got the long sleeve Guernsey off in the second half. Nobby finds that man, Johnny Fisher. And Johnny Fisher will kick into Eagle. That's good football, Loxton.
Yeah. Eagle's been their only forward inside 50 all day today, and he's led up. He's covered a fair bit of ground.
Yeah, and a big job for him today.
Yep. So I can't work out why they haven't brought Luke Pont up onto the ball. He's been pretty well held down there and not getting a lot of quality opportunities. I'll be bringing him right up.
So big talent Eagle. Goes back. Kicks from 40. That's
nice
a beautiful kick of that ball. He's kicked a goal.
Yeah, beautiful goal from Talon Eagle. Not quite one that'll make the Peruna Store or the Peruna Store Brownsville Tavern goal of the day, but definitely a good goal for Loxton, and would we say a much needed goal, seeing it's only their second?
Yeah. In the last couple of minutes, they've been really good with the footy. Clean off half-back.
They would have liked that. The scoreboard attendance just put 7 up instead of 2, but the real score on the Bitmax servicing scoreboard is Waikerie 8 goals 5-53, which is their half-time score, to Loxton 2 goals 5-17. Well, they are 11 goals now. There's all sorts of things happening on that Bitmax servicing scoreboard.
What's first goal of the half to Loxton?
Yep.
Now they can build on this. Who's to say they can't rack 2 or 3 on in a row, Nobby? Give himself a chance in the last quarter.
If you get within 4, you'd be thinking you're a chance, wouldn't you?
Waikerie, well, Harney goes in the middle, wins the clearance. In they go inside 50 again.
Oh,
Matt
nice.
Spenceley flies, couldn't take it. Moon, a half forward, tries to win it, but Salmon again. Well done. Had a good quarter. Bobolak over towards Millard. Millard will dish it over to Fisher. Fisher comes down to Campbell. Harley Campbell for Loxton.
Tigers started to create a little bit off half-back now by moving the ball quickly.
Over to Evans. Back to Salmon. He's worked hard this quarter.
He has.
Looks in board. Good kick. Nice this will open the ground up, but his Pont comes out. Should have taken the mark.
Here we go. Gucci's got it back.
Gucci will go out wide. He'll find Romeo. Romeo who goes out to Evans. That's a Lockie. Lockie kicks up towards centre half forward. Got to catch this big Ponting, and he does.
Yes, here he is. This might be just the chance he needed.
So Luke Pont, with his team trailing by 6 goals. They've kicked the only goal of the second half. He's going to line up from 50. Umpire Zdanovic down there. Big Luke.
He's not looking off at all. He'll kick this from right on the 50 line, I reckon.
He comes in. Big Luke Pont gets under it. It's sailing long. It's sailing long for a minor score.
Distance wasn't the issue. Just slightly offline to the right-hand side.
Gee, it was a slow rotating drop punt. Didn't spin very much.
Spenceley picking up another touch at fullback this time. Jake, that is. He can't get enough of it.
And he hits his teammate there in Brawn.
Here he goes. Now he's wandered off fullback, Jake Spenceley, without a man.
Loxton will win it back. Millard now. They've got a bit of a tail up, Loxton. The Fisher. Fisher will kick in. It's 1 versus 5. It's a free kick.
Yep.
Good work there by the Loxton forward. And that player, Nobby, is Hoffman.
Yep, and that was a good, strong contest at the football. Fisher coming from the ground for a spell in ruck.
Player coming on for Loxton is Nick Katsidis.
Yep, this is his first run for the day.
Up from the under-18s. Yep. As Hoffman comes in and he misses.
Squirts that one to the left.
You used to take all your chances when you're 6 goals behind.
Look, that was good work from Zdanovic too. He ran in to meet the ball and dished that out for a young fella. There's not much of him. He's plenty of height, but not a lot of meat on the bones.
Yep. So they kick in.
Here we go.
Katsidis tries to get the intercept mark, but Jake Spenceley is touched.
Touched by Evans on the way through, and Spenceley hanging on to it.
So just interesting here, if they can get a goal, Loxton, Pont with a beautiful leap and tap.
That's why I can't work out why he has been thrown into the ruck. He's good in the ruck.
Kasolki comes in, but Waikerie will win it out through Matt Spenceley.
Yeah, clever little kick by Spenceley.
Well done there.
Bobolak pushes him over and then tackles him on the ground.
Big Cooper Makarov. Had a good game of footy, Big Makarov. Done a good job today. Players will fly. It's going to be Dylan Gollan in the ruck for Waikerie. Couldn't do it. Now it's going to be Harley Campbell for Loxton. Son of a legend.
Cooper Makarov, a bit hard to pick up with the short hairdo and a few extra kgs after his stint on the sidelines.
Yeah. He's had a good day out though. As has Tim Bevan, who's in there laying a tackle on Harley Campbell. But Campbell strong, gets it out. Well done. Will gets the clearance. Plays in front there by Romeo. Couldn't take the mark, but again at ground level they can fight hard, the Tigers. Yeah,
at least having a contest at half forward and holding the ball in, aren't they? Not letting the Waikerie
and I guess
move
that's the point I was trying to make in the first half, Nobby. Just the contest wasn't there. It is now, and it's a credit. They've fixed it up at half time. Now they're having a go. Lockie Nitschke, good handball out. Finds his teammate there, and Makarov again comes down towards Grieger. Makarov comes back in, lays a tackle. Picked up by Moon. Back to Grieger. Grieger gets tackled, ball's out of bounds.
See, every one of his possessions have been quality today, Grieger, haven't they? He hasn't turned it over. And even in a place like that where he couldn't do anything with it, he was happy for him to take him out of bounds.
We go again. Dylan Gollan wins the tap for Waikerie. It's going to go out of bounds. We're going to throw it in yet again.
Yeah, here's Grieger sneaking out of that on ball. Got Bobolak sitting 10 metres behind him.
They go again. It's going to be Jake Spenceley. What a shark. Takes it to Bevan. Links up. Over to B. Now that's just good footy. Comes up towards centre half forward. It's going to be a free kick to the Magpies.
Millen had very firm possession of his left arm there, didn't it?
Jack Burgermeister handballs it over to Guillaume. Just a bit of run and carry now. Kicks up towards full forward. Miller! He'll take the mark for the Magpies.
Shrugs off his defender. Defender was Talon Eagle.
Oh, just had flashbacks to a few years back. You got Spenceley linking up with Bevan through the middle of the ground. It's good footy to watch.
Yeah. That's Eagle back there, is it? Or Smith? Eagle. Eagle's up here still. Yeah.
So they're going to come in.
Yeah.
Big Craig Miller. Man, that just stabs at it. He's kicked the goal, though.
Just cleared the pack from 25 metres out.
Played in the premiership in the Port Augusta comp in the COVID season.
He's having a bit of trouble kicking over the jam tin there. The move has been on. It was Talon Eagle in the back lines there, and they've moved Carl Smith forward.
Okay.
There's been a direct swap between Smith and Eagle. Eagles,
so they've taken probably their one winner up forward and put him behind the ball.
Yeah, the guy that was killing them in the forward lines has been gone behind the ball, conceded a goal straight away where his opponent kicked the goal, not so much him conceding it.
So Big Funky Miller, that's his second goal, Nobby?
Yep, it is.
He's been a mainstay for this Waikerie team for the best part of 15 years. Up they go again. Pont now in the ruck, but Waikerie will win it through Moon over to Spenceley. Beautiful little handball. He'll kick up again. Hard! And take the mark.
That's a good mark. That is a very good mark. That is the MTE SA mark of the day, which he already held down the other end, but the way he hit that ball.
He's got first and second on the podium at the moment.
He is.
Just launched himself at the football.
And last time he finished off with a goal in the second quarter, it looks like he's aiming to do the same.
The handball from Moon. That was top shelf. Ends up with Hahn, takes a great catch, comes in and just kicks a long behind.
Just missed that one. You've got to be thinking Jake Spenceley's working his way up the ladder into the to the best on ground conditions here. Probably him, perhaps Grieger.
And his touches at such a dangerous area.
Not to forget B, he's had a good day as well, but Spenceley's picking up touches everywhere, isn't he?
Kasolki in the back pocket, kicks up towards Will, centre half forward. Loxton player there in.
Well, here's another good mark by Hahn, half forward. Gee, for a guy his size, he's having quite a presence at the half forward.
Oh, Miller again. Miller again takes the mark. The Waikerie crowd up behind the goals.
Not necessarily the best MTE SA mark of the day we've seen, but had all the mayonnaise on it, didn't it? Held his player under the ball and fell back with the flight of the ball and took it in both hands as he was crumbling to the ground.
Straightened the Magpies up today, I reckon.
He has. I reckon he'd be enjoying not having to go into ruck against today and play forward and lining up for his third goal. He's second this quarter.
So in he comes, Big Craig Miller, the man they call Funky. He's kicked a goal.
Yeah. Better looking kick.
Kicked another one.
That was a much better looking kick.
And Big Funky Miller has kicked his third goal for the day.
Yep, starting to work himself into some very good form up there in the forward lines. And here I was talking with Lockie this morning about Waikerie forward options, thinking that they were very reliant on Matt Spenceley. Well,
I know. I heard the segment, Nobby, and I thought to myself, you've just turned Waikerie season around, you boys.
We'll throw in Craig Miller for 3, Grieger for 2. They're their key forwards, and then Mitch Hahn off the half forward line for 2, and Spenceley did get 2, but
your man Gordon to come back in the lineup too in the next.
Well, I'm not sure if they need him at the moment, but he's a quality player. He'd probably be having a field day.
Oh, they go again. Look for Moon, but Loxton.
The Nippies and Riverland's farm-grown family mate. It's always time for Nippies clock. Just going into the 25th minute on the big clock. And going back to the scoreboard, the Bitmac Surfacing for the hardest working asphalt and bitumen professionals. Bitmac Surfacing scoreboard, Waikerie 10 goals 5, 65. Loxton 2-7-19. Loxton took it up to him, Travis, for the first half of that quarter. Didn't hurt him on the scoreboard. Couple of late goals to Waikerie, to Craig Miller, and all of a sudden the margins what it was at half-time plus a bit.
Yeah, mainly just their ascendancy in the guts there. Waikerie in that last sort of 10-minute bracket. Moon and Jake Spenceley getting their hands on everything, getting up forward. Miller and Hahn doing the job.
Yep. So this could get pretty ugly for the Tigers, and you're in the situation where you can't win it from here, but you've got to restrict the damage, don't you? Because percentage between these two sides.
I'm not sure what the percentage between the two is. I know Loxton have got
got a fair bit of it. Yeah. This will eat into it.
Waikerie will draw level on points, and of course, it'll go to plan. They've got to play each other down here, and again in Waikerie. The game's in Waikerie.
In the last game, I think, isn't it?
In the last game of the round. So
that'll be the start of the finals for them.
I reckon there's a coach at Renmark that might just be interested in watching this Waikerie team's highlights during the week.
Well, you reckon he might even take that last round off, rest himself up and come to Waikerie and watch it?
Well, you never know.
He could. I mean,
to me, and we probably need to cross back the Trev, but this is the best Waikerie I've played this year.
It is, definitely the best. And Just goes to show, Trav, like we said on the 5 Room Sports Saturday this morning, how wrong some of these so-called experts can be. Trev, we'll go out to Trev and see if Trev's got some scores from other grounds for us. Yeah, final quarter just commencing here for Riverland football for McDonald's Renmark, and well, we're thinking at scoreboard at 10 goals 656 Waikerie to Loxton 27-19. The result's over, but how well Loxton play this out, Trav, and whether they can restrict the damage on the percentage. It's
been informed by some Loxton people that they're down to one on the bench, Nobby. Shay Lange and John D. Bates both out of the game with quite serious injuries. So we're back at it. What will happen here?
Waikerie the free kick, move it straight on to half forward to Grieger, all on his own. Plenty of time.
There's a goal.
Barrels it straight over.
Oh, he's missed it.
Goal umpire should have stood still in the middle and he might have got it. He was moving around a bit much for him.
To me, he's the man that you got to lock down on.
Oh, he's been damaging all day for him. And run.
So it's going to be Smith for Loxton playing on the left foot. Out of the goal square, defensively kicks out. It's going to be marked by that man. Burgermeister gives it the Moon. Moon's turned that one over. And Bob Black wins the footy. Gets it over to that man Evans. Evans will look up. Just chips him board. The little chip kick game's not working for him at the moment. They're just going to turn it over.
Not when it's inaccurate like that, which it has been all day. You talk about Burgermeister, Trev. With Loxton playing that sort of extra man, he's negated that by moving up the ground so far.
Yep.
You know. And they've given him 3 run at the ball.
They go again. It's going to be a free kick pulled out to the Tigers.
Gucci, he's had a fair 4 quarters for him.
Just wants a bit of movement as Gucci. Gets it from behind. Bobolak plays on. Just
tried hard, but had his colours lowered.
Kicks towards Campbell. Well done there by Nitschke for Waikerie. John Fisher comes in.
Yeah, the two young chargers head-to-head there in Nitschke and Campbell, and they've had a pretty good tussle, you'd say. Perhaps Campbell just in front on that one.
Yeah, been good to watch. Benny Smith for Waikerie in there. Jake Spencer hovering around. You mentioned his name. He wants the free kick, and he's going to get it. He played for it, bought it. Lockie Evans can't believe it. But,
he didn't really want that ball, did he? Just enough to get one hand on it.
He knew he was going to get the free kick. Plays
nice
on
kick.
quickly. Finds young Smith. Benny Smith comes across. Finds this man in B. Jared B. We forget how good his game's been today. Kicks him board. Gucci spoils.
He had his 25 possessions. Oh,
It's a free kick behind the ball.
I reckon this is for bad language. I reckon he's cussed himself for missing the kick, and umpire Linky's heard it and paid the free kick against him.
Evans gets it over to Fisher. Now they can run over to Romeo. The kick inside 50. Big Eagle will come out, doesn't get to him. Waikerie through Bevan, gets it over to that man, Venning. Venning goes back to B, handballs back to Bevan. Picked up by Romeo for Loxton. He's got a spare player inside 50 in Hoffman. And Hoffman will take the mark out on the boundary line, town end. Big crowd here too.
Yeah, G. Venning would have enjoyed today, not having to do a heck of a lot.
Handy players to have back their control and defence, yeah. So when he comes, big Hoffman kicks to the tee for goal. It's going to go, is it?
Talk about not having to do too much. Guess who got their big paw on that and palmed it through? Ben Venning.
And danger size. Bevan just warming up to it, Nobby.
Yeah, here he is again, Salmon, cutting that one out on the half forward flank for Loxton. Bevan again, he must be he's had a fair bit of it, Timmy Bevan.
Handy player to have playing loose in the back lines, I would have thought. Well done there, Big Fisher. The Waikerie ruckman go hard at again.
Free kick to Gucci there, being held without the ball.
So Gucci will get a lead. Just get under that someone. And that someone will be a Waikerie player in Guillaume. He's mopped up nicely.
He's had plenty of it, hasn't he?
In front of the Waikerie faithful out there. Big crowd on the boundary line.
Yeah. Big Ladies' Day contingent in too. And I see the boys are treating them to a bit of spectacular by keeping the ball out there in front of them.
The ball over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was lucky enough to be with Lockie at the last Berry game where they had Ladies' Day. And they actually lined up and got the players the big roll of honour to come on the ground.
Bit of a sort of championed them on. Actually, it's a bit of a thing about footy these days, and especially in country footy, the ladies' days at all grounds, so they all get well turned up to.
They throw the car keys to the fellas in the morning. You're driving the footy and you're driving home tonight.
And by the way, you're looking after the kids as well when we get home. Stacks on the mill there at half-back line for Waikerie, or half-forward line for Loxton, and look, not too much happening.
You summed it up at the start of the third, I think, Nobby. They did the hard work in that second quarter. Now they can just play their pace, the Magpies.
Yep.
They don't have to do anything stupid.
No, we're sitting on an 8-goal lead at the moment, a 48-point lead. They're not in danger.
Low-scoring contest. What it might have been a shootout after the first 5 minutes, but Loxton... It's the 2 goals. Waikerie with a 10.
Nitschke spearing that ball out of half-back, but it's only to Grieger. Grieger and Matt Spenceley onto it there.
So Waikerie to draw level with Loxton in Ecook's second spot.
And you'd be thinking if they keep playing like this for the rest of the year, they're going to overtake them.
Yeah, important, that double chance. Jake Spenceley goes back to Moon. They've combined for a stack of it today. Up they go towards half forward. Matt Spenceley will be there. He'll provide the contest, but picked up by Big Leany. Ball's on the ground, just the handball.
Actually, he's quite a presence at half forward, isn't he?
He is a big, strong fella.
Can go into ruck.
Hey, look up.
Miller having a run in the ruck at the moment.
Umpire throwing it up. Lockie Evans in there. Jake Spenceley in there. Umpire also in there, and up it goes again.
If you're a Tiger, you sort of can't wait for this to be over, can you?
You're listening to 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's in Renmark.
Oh, nice run off half-back from Kasolki, but unfortunately grubbers the ball along the ground.
Jared Beaver, another touch, kicks it up the half forward. Finds that man, Grieger. Just plays on quickly, chips inside. Kick. Beautiful kick. Mitch Hart on the lead.
Nice lead too. Well timed. And that's been the highlight of Mitch's game today, and he's moved at the right times into the space.
He's playing this small forward role to perfection.
Very dangerous too.
So off comes Big Beaver Venning, and on comes Cooper Makarov. But with Mitch Hart on the outer side near the scoreboard. He's going to come in. He's going to kick to the hot spot. Ooh, and he's kicked a goal.
Now that is, from where he is out in front of the scoreboard, looking into the sun, hard against the boundary line. That is the Peruna Store and Brownsville Tavern goal of the day to Mitch Hart. He already had it. Trev, you got a score for us from the headquarters? One point.
Oh, that. We'll might cross back to you, Trev. You can go down and call the last quarter for us.
Will the 1,100 game, day?
Haven't won a game since the 2019 first semi-final.
It's a long time ago.
Good luck to the Panthers there.
Tell you what, they were tipped on the radio this morning.
Yes.
By me. I'm taking it while only a point down.
They go out. Loxton need to win the clearance. They do. Yeah, Gucci. Gucci will look up. He'll just kick to the hot spot. Smith will fly. Didn't get to the contest. Pushed his Waikerie opponent out. And it's going to be a free kick to Lockie
Why didn't they use
Hitchkey.
John Fisher out here? He was a loose man. And try and kick over that pack.
Big Burgermeister charges out like a centre-half forward should. Couldn't take it. Romeo for Loxton. Dishes a handle out to Campbell. Goes back and more good stuff, young Campbell. Shows a bit of poise. Back towards Millard. Millard will go in.
Set him a bit of a contract.
And Dylan Millard, just umpire's going to throw it back up.
Gucci dragging himself off the ground after that last pack. Doesn't look like he's got a lot left in the tank.
Lion-hearted effort. This man, Jake Spenceley, he's going to be high up in the club's best players. Over to Bevan. Bevan and Moon. But Evans wins it. Goes to Fisher. Fisher's going to have to hurry here. He does on the right foot. He kicks it across. Just go hard on the football. Loxton, he never charged through half forward.
He
but
was
Jared
held.
B.
He was held. Kasulki was held.
So Kasulki has his teammate out wide. I think that's Hoffman. Had the arms chopped. Now Waikerie win it back over to Jared B. And Jared B, with his touch number 40, I'd say, Nobby.
Salmon again. He's had a great second half for the Tigers on the wing, hasn't he? Stayed out on that same wing.
Yep. Wins the ball back to Kasulki. He's had a pretty good second half too.
Nice kick, that one. Oh, no one leading except for Jared B.
Jared B. If anyone's keeping stats here at the Waikerie Oval, flick us a text through, can you? I'd love to know the proper amount of ball these guys have had, because they've had plenty of it, this Waikerie midfield.
Nice work by Salmon. Nice spoil.
Bradley wins it, gets across towards Bobble. That goes to Fisher. Over to Evans. Evans is gone, holding the ball. Play on. Hard picks it up for Waikerie. Now he can go off to the races. Just waits for the cavalry to arrive. Over to Spenceley. Spencer to Miller. Miller goes out the back. Picked up by Makarov. And Cooper Makarov kicks the goal.
He's a renowned goal kicker, Cooper Mattress.
Oh, he's a star. I'm on the bandwagon. I reckon Waikerie can win the premiership. There you go, Nobby.
I thought you told me the other week Renmark were favourites.
Well, gee, it's good to come home to Waikerie, Nobby, when they're up and about.
Well, they are, and they're playing good footy. And look, I think one thing's for certain, Travis, at this stage, it looks like a return of last year's grand final with the Magpies and the Rovers taking each other on again.
You're riding Loxton off?
Well, on what we're seeing today.
You're allowed a mulligan, aren't you?
Yeah, but on what we're seeing today, you know, either they're not showing us what they got, and they just decide, well, we can't win it, so why show them our tricks? But gee whiz, there'd be a lot of Tiger players today, even though they got a few out with COVID. There'd be a lot of them thinking, lose a bit of confidence out of today as well.
Up they go again. Fisher. He's winning the ruck taps, but they're not really going.
Yeah. Well, that one went to Gucci, and Gucci, well, he handled it well, but he ran into three Magpies.
Go again. He'll go back to Gucci. Shark by Will. That's Jesse Will. Kicks towards half forward. Zadanovic comes out.
See, this is the problem. Why haven't they got Pont right up here at centre half forward?
Just takes it. Yeah. Hits the outside over to B. They're just chaining the possessions now, the Magpies.
That was Heusler.
He goes back to Heusler. Heusler back to B. Back to Heusler. They go again. We got good little handball out there from Golan.
That's Nitschke.
Nitschke. Nitschke goes towards centre-half forward, Matt Spenceley. And the pleasing thing is, you look at the scorecard, and Matt Spenceley today has only kicked a couple of goals.
I think Bradley's been on him and done a pretty fair job, Lachlan Bradley, on him today.
Ends up with B. B will just run for the centre of the ground. Miller comes out and takes the mark.
Boom, tackled by Spenceley. He shuts him down a bit. Jake Spenceley, that was, saying, just calm down a bit, big fella. Go back and line up for your fourth. Kicked 2 in the last quarter. Can he do the same in this quarter?
Lockie Nitschke comes off for Waikerie. On goes young Jackson Billion. And the Loxton player comes onto the ground in Nick Katsidis. So when he comes, big funky Miller kicks it off his shin. It's going to go to the top of the goal square. Players will fly around. There's still a chance here. Makarov, he'll go back and find Matt Spenceley. And Matt Spenceley, too easy, will line up from 35 out in the pocket. Plays on quickly and hits it back to Big Miller. This is like Harlem Globetrotter stuff at the moment, Nobby.
I think they might have had a bit of a thing about Miller kicking perhaps 5 goals today. He's got 3.
Wants the bag?
Yeah, they're working through him a fair bit.
So 12-7 to 2-7. It's a 10-goal lead to Waikerie. Big funky Miller has the 3 goals. Now he has 4 goals. And Big Funky, he might have a bag on offer with 10 minutes to play here.
You know, I think the other side of this equation is that a lot of people in a lot of the other teams think Matt Spenceley's unlikely to handball or kick it to anyone else anywhere inside the 50, and I think he's just showing them, hang on, I'm a team player.
He's a beautiful 20-metre kick.
Yep.
Just to set the teammate up in a better spot.
And on the Bitmax surfacing, the hardest working asphalt and bitumen professional scoreboard, we have Waikerie 12 goals 7. So 89 to Loxton 27-19.
I look in Waikere's forward line. You touched on pre-game about their avenues to goal, but with Miller, Hahn, both Spencers there at the moment, Makarov.
Yep. Throw in Jack Grieger.
And Jack Burgermeister. Yep. And all of a sudden...
It's a unit, isn't it?
It's a unit, yeah.
Yep. Which when we see Renmark play, that's what they got. 2 or 3 big tall forwards, a couple of little blokes. You need options, don't you?
Moon is just killing him in the middle. Gets it out to Smith. Benny Smith, he's had a second half to remember too. The young fella kicks in board. Finds his teammate out there and Big Burgermeister. Gives it to Bevan. Gee, Bevan's a big change to this team. Makes them look so much better. Kicks towards the forward pocket. Matt Spenceley's out there. So's Cooper Makarov. They'll fight hard. Loxton with the ball. They'll turn it over. Waikerie just again, hot spot. No one there. Loxton through Smith will rebound nicely and strongly. And he'll kick out towards this man, Katsidis.
See, even on the kick out, Waikerie got him covered 1 for 1, haven't they?
Katsidis could not get it. Picked up by Guillaume. Guillaume will go back in. Makarov there. Spenceley there. They're lining up. That's Jake Spenceley.
Keep your eye on Miller.
I would just keep my eye on Jake to do a bit of magic here. And he wheels around on the right foot. He kicks the belly of the ball, goes across the face. Hahn will flies it. Matt Spenceley flies, couldn't take it. Picked up like a sulky.
Nowhere to go.
Goes outboard. Yeah, they're going to get another goal of the Magpies. Hahn sharks it. Hahn just kicks another goal.
Now that is, without a doubt,
football.
He had 3 in the clubhouse that were marked down, but that is without a doubt the Peruna Store and Brownsville Tavern goal today.
And Nobby, that's 4 majors for him.
Yeah, he has intercepted that play and then snapped it around his body. It's his second this quarter.
If anyone from West Adelaide is listening, you need to pick that kid next week.
Yep.
And throw him into your team.
Yeah, he has done everything as a small forward today here. Well, he's really done the big forward's job, hasn't he, across half forward?
Oh, he's a class act.
And also probably a young charger of the day so far, Travis, with 4 goals and such a dominant effort across half forward.
Up they go again. A bit of...
Grieger into the middle.
Wins it by young Campbell for Loxton. Will go out towards half forward, where Evans is having a bit of a break at centre half forward. Couldn't take the mark.
Not much of a break when you got Heusler all over you when the ball comes down.
They want 100 points, Waikerie. They want 100 points, Nobby. They've struggled to kick scores.
Yeah, well, not today they haven't, and it's been accurate too.
And the ball just floats around. It's a free kick for the Loxton.
Now we're just touching the 13-minute mark on the Nippies of Riverland's very own farm-grown family made. It's always time for a Nippies clock. With a few goals this quarter, you'd be thinking there might be a bit of time on.
So Evans trying to... Well, he's been given a bit of a penalty, I think.
He's had a couple of shots at goal, but he hasn't looked like getting close, has he?
It's been a 25-metre penalty.
Still 30 metres out.
Yeah, in he comes. Lockie Evans.
Missed the last one to the right. Getting a lot of encouragement off the mound there in front of the scoreboard. In front of the...
missed again. Another point for Loxton. 2 goals, 8-20, 14-7, 91. Waikerie could smell some more goals.
Coming out to Grieger again for yet another possession.
You'll kick down the line. Lines. Jake Spenceley good clever play, pushes his opponent under the ball, goes back and wins it. Gets it over to Smith. Benny Smith comes up towards half forward. Big Burgermeister on the Jukes, couldn't take it. Still into a chance. Goes back with a handball. Goes over towards Pillion. Pillion comes down. Mitchy Hahn again takes a mark. He's on fire, this kid. Kicks across the ground.
Nice
There's players lining up. B's there.
Nice mark.
They want the mark. That's Tim Bevan, not paid. Loxton will win it back.
He's a bit harshly done by there.
Gucci has it in the middle of the ground. He'll look up. There's just no run and overlap here at all.
He's got Will out here on his own.
He kicks in that direction.
Goes to
Kasolki.
He's had a good second half.
Kasolki on the outer side will just kick down towards Big Talon Eagle at centre half forward. Well done by the Waikerie defence, and Guillaume gets another touch. Right in front of the ladies' day out there. They're having a good day, Nobby.
They are.
They're going to celebrate a big Waikerie win.
Well, it couldn't have worked out better for him, really.
And that man again. B, just another possession. Centre half back.
Hahn all the way down to half back.
Benny Smith goes up towards Moon. Strong Jukes. Free kick. Yep. Infringed over the shoulder.
He's a quality footballer, Moon, isn't he?
I think close to Wakerie's best today for mine. Comes across. B comes in again. Couldn't take it, but they're a bit of run and overlap.
100 miles an hour. Hoisler
scoops it up. Goes to the top of the goal square. Matt Spencer's around. He'll snap another one. It'll bounce. It'll bounce. It'll miss to the left-hand side.
Well, unfortunately for him, Miller was up there standing next to him, so it was no good giving it to him.
Gee, it's quick ball movement when they win it through the middle, though. Hoisler took it on.
The goal of the day so far is sitting with Mitch Hahn. He's got the
gold, silver and bronze.
I reckon he's got the box trifecta.
Loxton chip it into Johnny Fisher. He's battled okay for Loxton.
He has. Just lets himself down a little bit with a high kick, but then when you got not too much on offer, that's the best option.
Just mills around. It's going to be picked up. Hahn again with a handball this time. Gets it over towards Bevan. I tell you, warning signs for opposition teams, because Bevan looks in good nick to me now.
He does.
Over towards that man, Spenceley and Jake, up to the big
there
fella.
He is, the big funky.
Big Miller takes another one.
I reckon he's a bit far out here this time, Travis. He's almost right on the 50, and I'm thinking...
Five a bag?
Yeah, it is.
He's lining up for 5.
A Michelle Pfeiffer, a Pfeiffer. I'm thinking he might be just out of his range here. But you never know. If he gets it off his foot, he's a chance.
Another injury for Loxton. Lockie Evans coming from the ground.
Which means they've got no one left. Sanovich about to come back on, the debutant.
In he comes. Big funky Miller stabs up floating. Stephen Kernahan punt through for a minor score.
That one sort of wasn't off the shin, it was off the ankle, that one. I reckon he's getting closer to the boot.
So we're in the time on here, last quarter. 14-9, 93 to 2-8-20.
The Nippies clock ticking down today on what's been a very, very good day for the Waikerie Magpies Football Club here at home at the Waikerie Oval. Look at the big crowd in over the at the ladies' day in the change room. Travis, I think they're all enjoying it. They won't want it to stop.
So, of course, next week, Loxton playing a Loxton North and Barbara next week, Nobby.
I'm wondering how Loxton North are going at Berry. Maybe if Trev's listening in, he can update us on the score.
Wouldn't that be an upset if Berry were to go down today? Waikerie staking their claim here. Good football. Well done there by the young fella in Gollan. Gets it across to Jake Spencer. Look at the space in front of him. Don't worry about handballing it, Jake. Just kick it to someone inside 50. That's your brother. Yeah. And he takes another mark.
Jake Spencer 30 metres clear of the pack, forward of the ball, all on his own.
Picked up from Matt. He just goes long. He's going to give Big Miller a chance. Oh, front and square. Picked up by Loxton. Well done by the two young fellas there.
Salmon's had a good second half.
And hits the exit kick too. Finds Will. Gets pumped off the ball late. Cooper Makaroff just infringing there. It'll be a free kick down the field.
Ponte, Alex Leans had him pretty tight ropes today, although in saying that he hadn't been given a lot of opportunity.
He just turns it over. Guillaume comes in.
Gee, he just never stops, Guillaume, does he?
Oh. This is impressive.
His father, Al, was a absolute champion at the Ramco Roosters.
He was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great guy, too.
Big intercept defender, Big Al. You'll be listening today. He'll be down at Ramco. He's assistant coach down there this year. If you're down at Ramco listening, maybe text me a score for him. Keen to hear how the Roosters are going against.
Always glad to catch up for a beer after the game with Al.
Yep.
Good guy.
There you go again. It's going to be Mitchie Hahn. Oh, God. Oh. Can he get himself into the votes? He's high up there.
One bounce, two bounces.
Through the centre.
Boom.
Kicks long. Moon's up there. Oh, Moon's taking the catch for Waikerie. Top of the goal square. And don't you just love to see a young bloke take the game on, let it open in front of you, Nobby, get the job done, hit the chocolates.
50-metre kick to 15 metres out, dead in front of goals. Quality possession, wasn't it? All round.
I'm calling for him to be, oh man, people from Waikerie won't like to hear it, but he's got to be down at Westies next week playing. Oh. Has to be.
Emergency for the twos today.
Yeah. So when he comes, Moon, this might get him the best on ground if he can kick the goal, and he does. And they go along now to 15-9-99 to 2-8-20. And this is a dead set belting here at Waikerie today.
That's Moon's first foray forward. He's done most of his work around the centre square and plenty of it.
Geez, you watch him in close. His hands are, they're top class.
So look, Bevan having a run on the ball now. Bevan, Dylan Gollan and Jake Spenceley are the small men in there, and Mitch Hahn.
I tell you, Tim Bevan has gone into the middle. Probably the best midfielder in the last 10 years in this competition, Nobby.
Yep.
Obviously had a serious, he had a knee reconstruction.
Well, the reason that last play forward from Mitch Hahn is he's in on the ball.
Yeah.
So he's picked that up, 20 metres behind centre?
Yeah.
Carried it through with two bounces and was all of 50 metres to kick.
And Mitch has been kicking the ball 60 metres since he's 14 years old.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful penetrating kick.
And that last one was a classic example of it, wasn't it?
So in they go again. Can they get the 100 points up, Waikerie? 15-9 to 2-8. 5RM Riverland football for McDonald's at Renmark. Fisher for Loxton wins the clearance but doesn't go anywhere. Hahn tries to win the ball. Waikerie just on top of the ground. They can smell more blood here.
I'll tell you what, they haven't racked the queue, have they? Quite the opposite.
Four-quarter performance. That's the pleasing thing.
Fisher gets a kick out of the middle, but it goes nowhere. And on the Bitback servicing scoreboard is Waikerie 15 goals, 99 to Loxton 2-8-20. Comprehensive is the only word I've got for it, Travis. And it was a four-quarter performance, wasn't it?
Four-quarter effort.
Yeah, hopefully if Trev's tuning in, he can take it off us and come back to us for a bit of a summary in a couple of minutes.
You might be able to tell us that Loxton Norfolk won.
Yep.